lot of material to cover. Let's get started. My name is Ahmed Zuhair. I'm a school mentor, and I used to be a mentor with New Chip Accelerator. I highly recommend that you guys volunteer your time to mentor with those guys. You'll learn more from accelerators, from incubators, and from product camp. They need volunteers too. First thing first, I want to thank the sponsors for this event, because without them, we wouldn't be here. And it's been going on for the last 10, 14 years. Great to have those guys helping us out. This talk is really a combination based on my 4 books that I wrote, Demystified, and it demystified in project management, in careers, in networking, and consulting services. The good news, product management is growing. So you're at the right place. Second thing, there's a lot of jobs out there in LinkedIn, in Austin, and so many things. But that's not that's not important. A first question that I have for you: what is the most pressing things in our time today?
Time.
Very good. Attention.
Resources.
Resources. Thank you. Thank you.
Based on what you define pressing.
Pressing is resources, people. You are very important. Screw AI, technology, and all that crap. Without you, you remember during COVID, a lot of companies, they were struggling to find the most pressing things is you. It's not technology, it's not the tool, it's not the processes, it's not the platform, it's you. So remember that. You're very valuable. I don't care who said that. So as a product manager, you're going to be in the happy medium, which is in between people, processes, and platforms. Right? What are some of the problems that product managers are experiencing today?
Communication.
Exactly, one of those.
Skill set.
Skill set. Anything else?
For me, it's entering the market. Like you said, there's a million jobs, but there's a gazillion applicants.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's very competitive, right? So my problem here is slow to no response from target companies. I have an asterisk there because target company could be recruiting. Don't forget about recruiting companies. They are really, they get you through the doors sometimes because they have good relationship with the hiring companies like Big Fang, Facebook, Amazon, and so forth. They don't have time to talk to you. Find time to find them. Very important. Number 3, when they do, you miss the opportunity because you're not ready. You were not preparing. You were distracted. You were depressed and so many things. So focus on you first. What type of people are you? You don't have to tell me. So remember, walk the walk and talk the talk. Don't be just, I need this, I need that, to do list and so forth. Go do the things, right? Be an achiever, accomplisher. I will not warm-up question. What is the most second question to ask? It's a joke. There is no second questions. But the first question that I like is, what do you do? So what do you do? And here is the framework for that. I help blank do blank by blank. Don't give me like subjective 30 words or something. Should be less than tweet. I help customer build cold application by delivering services, right? What do you do? Can somebody want to give me an example? What do you do?
I help clients build, manage software development by providing software development and testing services.
Very wonderful. Keep it short and brief. Less than 2 seconds. That's better than a pitch. It's not an elevator pitch. This saves you a lot of time. And keep it short, keep it private. You don't need to list who you work for because they're going to go say, oh, I just spoke to so-and-so and posted on Twitter. Be careful. Or Facebook or social media. Assessment. Find out what questions founders ask for your target companies. What kind of question they ask? For example, Airbnb and DoorDash, what did they ask? And Uber, how can I get a taxi using my mobile application? It's a service. It not requires any funding at the first. Airbnb and same and so forth. So we get stuck. And when you hit the fork, don't hesitate because chances you're going to make decision later on and prioritize what are you going to be doing next. So the best way to predict the future is to invent it, create it, predict it, and fund it, finance it when you create product, right? What happens when there is no strategy?
Chaos.
Chaos. There is no roadmap.
No results.
You run out of funding.
Exactly. There is no teams, no collaboration, no connections with the customers. There's no product. And if there is a product that your customer love, it's going to fail. in the market, right? Very important. Don't fall in love with your product. Strategy is about resources. We're going to talk about the IOR framework. Simple. IOR is really not your return on investment. It should be your IOR, your investment on you got to invest. It's how much you put in to get back. So what I'm saying here is input, output will lead to results. How it goes is ROI is equal to your IOR. Inward. And that's me. I look pretty cool, right? I'm confused. I don't know what to do. So I really hear this. You got to tap in your inventory of skills that you do. Ask your friend, what am I good at? Sometimes you don't know what you do, what you know. Inventory skills is the power of inventory. That's your first step. The second step is really, you're going to have some brainstorming sessions. So it might take you a long time to figure out your inventory of skills that you know. So keep looking, keep digging, keep asking until you find out. So the skills that I'm looking for, are you who you are? You think you are? Do you have, are you credible? Are you reliable? Or you just tell me your bio and resume? Tell me your story. Tell me who you are. What product did you build? What team did you work with? And your 3C and 3 Ts. C stands for, characters, your communication skills, your commitment, your clarity. The T's are trust for me. You got to be trustworthy. If people like you, they will listen to you. And if they trust you, they will give you the job. They will do business with you. Very important. Assessment. Put a score from 1 to 10 based on your skill set. And this is kind of like a gap analysis of what you know. I'll give you an example. In my case, I suck in sales. I don't like social media. And I might not be good at business development. So that's 70%. What do I need to do? If that job requires me to be good in sales, some companies, they're required to be selling. So I have to go take classes or take online classes, certifications, and so forth. So remember that. Do a score for yourself, right? That's a benchmark. That's your baseline for you, where you are now, where you need to be. Interactions. What kind of interaction do I have with the outside world as a product manager? For example, this is like an assignment. So I would start maybe with CEO customers, developers, marketing, sales, et cetera, et cetera. But the key word here, once you start with this, make sure you do one-on-one with each and understand the requirement from your department and, reciprocity from both sides. This is what I do. Every time I go for each company, I want to make sure what is their business, what are their processes, what are the expectations from us as product managers. Integration. Integrations is basically integration with AI. So you're going to upskill your AIs, your optimization with the existing technology, with AI, and so forth. So the 3 Ps really here is going to be your perspective, your purpose, and performance. So your perspective is really, can I do the job or can't I? Am I stuck or not? I might have a growth mindset or fixed mindset. So if I'm having this perspective, I better have can mindset. Very important to remember that. And purpose is really purpose with what? What is your what? Because you don't want to be spending too much time on why, because it's too much philosophical and a lot of vision and purposes in a lot of company changes. I'll give you Apple and Zoom and other companies. Their vision was like build computers with a good quality, and then they change it to status quos and all that stuff. So your purpose should really clear about what you want to be building, what you're going to be creating. Have the end of in mind for what you're going to. Purpose with what? Outward, we're going to look outside, your interactions with the outside world, your personal brand, your exposure to the outside world. That's going to help you with the job, your exposure, your interaction with the outside world. So you only have 7 seconds to make it last. So for example, can somebody fill in the blank here? Identity. What else?
Reputation.
Reputation. Thank you, Phil. I was going to ask you, by the way. Because I know you know the answer. You look at me like you know. So the brand. The brand is who you are when you're not in the room. That is really everything you need to know about. And really, what do I communicate when I'm not speaking? Stop talking and listening. We try to talk too much. Listen what people are saying, because verbal and nonverbal communication is more important, right? Listening. This is negotiation. Have some skill set in negotiation. Understand how to communicate, how to win as a product manager, and storytelling. Storytelling is the key. How many of you agree that storytelling is the key today? Really? So take classes, take Toastmasters. There's national speaker associations nationwide that you can join and learn how to speak, how to craft. You can have the best product, and if you don't know how to market it, how to tell a story about it, it never go out. Very important. And remember, the team is very important. I know how to work with the team. Know how to work with your developers, customers, and so forth. Location is very important. I love this stuff. When you are credible, people are going to be listening to you. And don't tell me your resume. Don't tell me what you do. Make it very organic. Because effective networking is for what? Long-term what? Based on what?
Trust.
Common interest.
Previous interaction.
Trust, and
The other word.
and values and love and fun. Come on, guys. Let's just. It's a song, right? Relationship is the currency for networking. So your currency is the business relationship. Reciprocity. If you do me a favor, I'll do you a favor. Go out there and start volunteering. Start giving. Don't just be taking, because nobody's going to give you anything. Start giving. Like PCA, I know a lot of volunteers that got the job through PCA. This is a great community. I know a lot of community in Austin, but really built on community. Keep Austin weird. I've been here for 40 years. I know exactly how Austin operates. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. People help you. They go out of their way to help you. So go out and help. Get ready to help out. And here is an example. Satya does this every day. He has a phone call to two of his friends or CEOs or whatever, and he asks them 2 questions. Any cool things that are happening today with startups, and anybody that you think is that I need to talk to? He does that every single day. I want you to do that every single. Make 2 phone calls to 2 people that you feel they're going to help you. But do your homework. Know what they do on Friday night, where they go on Saturday, where they work, and all that stuff. Very important. Volunteering is very critical. It helped me out so many times. And I volunteered with so many companies, like SCORE, like Launchpad Job Club, and so many others. And I learned a lot from them. Culture, embrace culture. Know how to work with developers from other countries. They're so sharp, but if they don't speak English really well, don't judge them because they don't speak English, but they're smart and they can help you. Serendipity is being at the right place at the right time. So be out there. Don't stay at home. Be out there. Result is really the achievable outcome that you set out using your goals. Like we're going to use OKR metrics as an example. So for example, my OKRs, how many have you used OKRs? There is a John Doerr. You guys know him? He's really good. And his book is on PDF. I think it's free. He's got a lot of stuff. He's a philanthropist. He's out of Houston. And I think he's amazing. I mean, I like his concept. But don't get trapped on, it's a goal, right? Don't get trapped in terminology and these processes. It's an OKR, really. Create a plan to find a job in 3 months. That is my milestone, 3 months. 5 companies, network, and so forth. Another OKRs, you can think about yours as well. You take a picture of the first one, feel free to do so. Go ahead. Because he's got a lot of examples. So I got his book, and I watched a lot of his. It's really amazing. And I like it because this one can be read by everybody in your organization. It's not like goals, strategic goals, and KPIs, and so forth. Assessment. List your top 3 goals in OKRs. Talk about that. I'll give you an example. How many of you heard of this guy, Van Phillips? Everybody knows Elon and all that stuff. This is my Elon. He's the guy that built the flex foot prosthetic. And his story is very simple. That prosthetic he built was used by Oscar Pistorius, and he won the Olympic 2004. This guy, he was going to be he was in journalism in Arizona, and he had an accident where he lost his leg, and he quit his school and he went to Chicago and he started building this prosthetic. It took him 10 years. So the inward, he went inside, went to an engineering school where they build prosthetic. That's inward. Then he spent a lot of time connecting with other professors, other labs, the whole times in the lab. So the outward, he was thinking about what product, what material should I use for prosthetic legs, and use a cheetah as a model because he didn't think that the leg should be straight like us, should be different. It's flexible. And guess what? He can jump, he can run, he can do anything with that prosthetic leg. There's a nice article. I'll be happy to send it to you. That's how I found out about him. And, it's amazing. And he was able to build the prosthetic. It cost $3,000. And now he's working on making it more affordable, more cheap for places like where they can't afford it. The other use cases that I like is genius. How many of you currently work in a company today? So I highly recommend start thinking about your own product outside work. Be start thinking about your own product because there is a lot of uncertainty in the job market. Tomorrow is like, sorry, you're going to be laid off, or here is your severance package, or he may not give you a severance package, might let you go. So that's really what's going to happen. So really what I like about him, it took him 20 iterations to build Instacart. And he was out there checking with customers at H-E-B and other stores in East Coast, West Coast, and so forth. And really resources, think about what books you need. Dan Campa, how many knows Dan Campa here?
Tough crowd.
You know him?
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God, he's one of the guys that was volunteering with the product camp for so many years. And he was teaching at the General Assembly and so on. He's got a lot of resources on just look it up. He's got a lot of books and so forth. So I highly work on your webinars, you're at the right place, conferences, internship, and so forth. Platform, there's a lot of platforms you already know which one is good. Does anybody know anything besides these? Okay, books. Be happy to send you this information.
I will, on your previous slide, I'd say LinkedIn Learning has some things. It's a little stale, I think, but there are some good resources in LinkedIn.
There is a lot of, yes. That's you. That's Linda.
That's Linda, yeah.
Reforge.
Oh,
Yeah.
They are now.
Reforge.
What is it called?
Reforge.
Reforge.
Yeah.
I never heard of Reforge. You guys, there are so many. So don't be. There is too much information overkill. Pick the one that's going to work for you. More books, trends. What do you think the trends for product managers are going to be?
Yeah, good.
AI,
ownership.
product ownership. That's entrepreneurship, right?
In many ways.
Exactly. I like that. More autonomy,
Also,
Space?
with growth in general, like thinking about products from a business perspective. I think a lot of product managers think about products as a product, not as a business.
Wonderful. So putting it all together is don't just settle for working. Create your own product. And it doesn't take much to launch a product. And it's okay to fail. Do another iteration. Fail again. Fail better. Right? And be the PM your dog thinks you are. That is my dog, Mac. He's my PM. I want to thank the sponsor for everything they've done for us, and I'll go to questions. Oh, if you want to connect with me, I'm here.
So nice content. I just had a hard time to just catch up and follow. What is IOR? Even IOR stands for. Sorry.
Very good question. Can somebody tell me what is IOR? Let me go back.
Even
They got it. See, that's the takeaway. Say it.
Investment, outcome, and result.
So that's a good question. So the IOR really is like, I took it from a lot of books. So inward is like you got to look inside to you, like a self-reflection, using an assessment, an inventory of your skills, doing a gap analysis, using tools like SWOT analysis, a brand book. I did a brand book using a marketing to find out who am I and so forth, right? Then the outward is really basically your brand, your exposure. Does he already know you at your workplaces, or you just like hiding behind your exposure, your interaction with the outside world? And the result is really the outcome, and what are the goals you set using metrics you choose to use. So it's really a nice framework that you can start, part of the strategy that you want to use. And don't get wrapped around a lot of technical and, because product management is huge. There's so much information out there. So pick your Bible, pick your niche, and go for it. Any other question? Good question.
When would you give up on like a product, like after how many iterations? Like what's been your experience?
Well, it depends on which organization you work. Are they risk averse or, so, and sometimes you don't get to make those decisions. It could be from sales. And not all the product managers' roles are created equal. I've seen company where a product manager is just product support, and their products are stagnant. They just add features every 18 months, their releases. So be aware of what kind of product managers you're going to be doing, or else you're just going to be a product support that's supporting some features here and there and stagnant. Like Cisco, for example, their core business is working.
Yeah.
Their hardware, what is it? Switching and routing, very simple. They have not changed the switching and routing. So their product manager, they've been just doing the same thing for many years, right? Dealing with sales teams, with marketing, biz dev, and so forth.
I think following on Rob's question, maybe you're speaking very specifically with product, but your whole presentation is treat yourself as the product and your career path as the product. So when do you throw in the towel on that and say, it's not for me, or the market's not for me, or something like that? But I don't want to ask that question.
I think Pete can answer that question.
One of the challenges I'm seeing is because I don't have the experience, the stated experience of I did blah, 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 and I achieved blah, blah, blah. I've had, 20-something years of consulting and things, and I've tried to shape it as results in my resume, but it's not the kind of results that I think a business really wants to see. Oh, as a PM, you have done blah, blah, blah. So I'm coming in from the outside. Best advice I always hear is, work with the PMs in your company and, kind of.
Here's my best advice to you. Top of that resume, you're going to go create your own product, and then you can use that as an experience for your own company.
Oh, like an actual product or service.
Yes.
Yeah, that I'm working on.
You don't need to wait on them, because product managers are an inside jobs, right? You agree?
Yeah.
They're not going to hire you from outside. And if they do, it's probably a huge networking or buddy system or whatever, right? So it's an inside job. Make sure you know where to go, who you're going to network with. It's a buddy system. Very complicated. I remember at Cisco, they have 3 products: data centers, WebEx, whatever they call it, media, whatever. Then they have security. Then they added more services that they offer, or like network operating services, monitoring your network, and all that falls under security, right? Any other questions?
Thanks. First of all, thank you so much for the presentation. I don't have a question, but I do have a comment which I can resonate with on a personal level, where you shared that take the close bunch in your life and kind of send them your things about yourself which you don't know, which they might know, which will actually be a good self-reflection which you can use, and it's a good starting point if you're thinking about a product or anything of your own. So highly appreciate that insight from you.
Right, exactly. You pay a lot of money for that. That's called the brand book, which is really answering a lot of questions by your friends or colleagues or friends and family in full. And it helped me a lot, including pictures, including personality, including, inward and outward. So the good news today, we're going to give you another framework that I want to mention is that Dan Phillips uses. It started with curiosity. Why? Why do I need to create this product? And what if is a brainstorming session? Or what if I tried this? What if this didn't work? It's really a good article that talks about the question framework. And he uses the why, what, and what if, and how. But it also need where, location. So he had to go to Chicago to find prosthetic engineers and understand what they do. And where, why, and how. And what is the another when? The timing is very important. So 5 frameworks should be the when and the where is transparent. You got to be in the right place. That's why you're in Austin or whatever. And don't go to Kansas or Arkansas or Minnesota or something. It's too cold. Any other questions?
I just want to get a picture of the chemicals if you can go to this.
I'm going to send you because there are so many PMs, PM books.
I have one general question with the audience members. How much of the quality or reward for a product manager is really an opportunity cost for them to not go out in the world and make a competitive product? If they truly understand the product, the market, and the technology.
Anybody want to?
From my point of view, I think, like at least from experience, most of the product managers typically don't understand really well the business side of things, and that's what I think. Because again, like in a product company, the business is the product, right? Like like you sell this product, you market this product, you attract partners to this product, and the revenue is actually being generated from selling the product or on the product and stuff like that. And a lot of the product managers, they are actually really great at developing the features of the functions for the users, but not understanding how the business works. And I think that's actually the reason why not that many product managers actually create their own products, only some of the greatest ones that.
I have another, I think the time is up. Another recommendation is basically they get too comfortable with their product. They have bills to pay, they have kids, they forget the brand book. If somebody tells them how valuable they are, they forget to think outside the box. Very important. Thank you.